Hey folks, this is Kalani. The War Within introduced a new type of endgame content called Delves. Delves allow solo content players to get much better gear rewards than they're used to, and they offer challenging content that you can tackle at your own pace in your own time. We also have seasonal progression to work through, so this is the first time solo content players will have true endgame progression without needing to jump into dungeons or raids. There are also unique rewards to obtain, all new achievements to conquer, and they just offer more content for every kind of player in the game. Delves are going to be a great source of gear upgrades. You can collect various currencies, including gear upgrade materials, and they also offer you something akin to the Mage Tower challenges from Legion. In this ultimate guide to Delves, we're going to go through everything you need to know about the Delves system, how it all works, what rewards are on offer, and how you can obtain them all. Now before we jump in, be sure to hit up that like button and subscribe so you never miss another video. So first things first, what is a delve? A delve is kind of like a mini dungeon experience or a scenario that you can play all by yourself. They typically take 10 to 15 minutes, so it's bite-sized content you should be able to squeeze into a busy schedule, and you don't have any time limits, so you can go at your own pace, take as long as you want, and take breaks whenever you need to. Delves can be done with 1 to 5 players, so you can go in all by yourself and just solo the entire thing, or you can run with a full party. The choice is up to you. As you add more players, the delves will scale and become harder, so keep that in mind. There are 13 different delves scattered across Kaz Algar, and each one plays quite differently. There are different objectives to complete, various puzzles and traps to overcome, and there's usually a unique mechanic in play, like having to carry a candle for light, a totem to fend off poison, or there are delves that are completely underwater, so each one offers a different experience to hopefully keep things interesting. You can find a bunch of treasures as you work through the delves, small pouches that mainly contain experience, sturdy chests that contain rare crafting materials and goodies, and then there are also rares and special events that reward you with special boons to help you in your run, so they can increase your damage, give you big health buffs or shields, or some extra chances to heal yourself. These tend to be quite powerful, so if you see a rare or a purple chest, be sure to pop on over and claim your buffs. Delves are also super easy to find. Their entrances are all marked on your world map, so pop open your map and you're looking for the icon that looks like a little gate or doorway. When you hover over them, they'll show you the name of the delve so you know which one you're going to be entering. There are also Bountiful delves which have better rewards and a different icon, but we'll talk more about that in just a moment. There aren't really any restrictions on running delves either, so you can do them as often as you want to. Now before we continue, do you love Norse mythology as much as I do? Do you wish you could get Norse god appearances in-game? Well, do I have great news for you. The newest event in Raid Shadow Legends lets you collect champions inspired by iconic Norse gods, Loki the Deceiver, Thor Feyhammer, Odin Feyfather, and Freyr Fateweaver. You can earn Loki the Deceiver by logging in for 7 days between now and October 23rd, and if you log in for 7 additional days you'll earn even more bonuses, and there's a second round of login rewards after that. The other 3 champions come from in-game activities, so you'll definitely want to add these powerful new heroes to your collection. You can also take on the time-limited event dungeon where you'll need to craft the perfect team to take down Odin Feyfather himself. Something really cool about Raid is how many different factions and champions there are. My favourite faction has got to be the Sacred Order. They look so regal and awesome, and I'm trying to collect as many as I can. If you haven't played Raid before, you can use our link in the description or scan the QR code on screen to get a massive starter pack including the Epic Champion Annex, and if you get to level 15 you'll get another pack including the Epic Champion Fane. So that's 2 free epics to kickstart your raiding adventures that are only available via our link. Be sure to join our guild, Kalani Salamis, and I'll see you in-game. Now getting back to the video, even though delves can be done solo, you'll never actually be alone. There's a special delve companion that will keep you company and help you out in various ways. This companion is supposed to change as the seasons go by, so we might have someone else joining us in the delves sometime next year, but we're going to be starting out with our good old friend Bran Bronzebeard. The really cool thing about these companions is that you can have them help by focusing on dealing damage or by focusing on healing, and you can change that option whenever you use the Explorer League supplies. These are always found at the start of a delve, and there's usually a checkpoint partway through where you can change stuff as well, and if you unlock this checkpoint, if you die in the delve towards the end, you'll actually respawn here instead of the start, so there's less running back too. But this also means that if something isn't working, you can change it up even halfway through a delve. If you want more damage, roll with that, or if you need help staying alive, ask them to heal and help out that way. I would probably recommend rolling with them as a healer if you don't have any strong self-sustain or healing. That's probably where you're going to struggle the most, but it's going to be up to you. As you take part in delves, you'll be gathering experience for Bran, and you can level him up to unlock new abilities and passives. After level 10, there's a stacking damage increase talent where Bran just becomes more and more powerful, and there are 50 ranks of that passive, so he's going to end up dealing a whole bunch of damage as you level him up, which can help you progress through the delve tiers if you start to get stuck. You can also collect and upgrade special curios. You can equip one combat curio and one utility curio, and these just provide even more ways for Bran to contribute to your run. So if you're struggling with something specific, take a look at the curios that you have and see if anything might help out. You can swap these at the same equipment supply crates, and curios usually come from completing delves. So the more delves that you complete, the more curios you're going to have to change up how your companion can help, and the more experience that companion will earn. So there's always some way to progress towards making your delves easier to run, and it's not just upgrading yourself, it's also upgrading your companion. The best part about the companion progress though is that it's all account wide, so your ults will start with a souped up, leveled up Bran, and then any progress you make on your ults, like experience gains, will be leveling up Bran for your main character as well. So it's all account wide, you don't have to regrind any of this stuff twice, and it should help your ults catch up in delves quite quickly. Now the main rewards you're going to get from running delves are experience if you're below level 80, companion experience for Bran, companion curios and upgrades, gear rewards, as well as various currencies like resonant crystals and undercoins. After the season starts, they should also drop Valor Stones, which are the new Flight Stones currency, as well as upgrade crests. So they're actually incredibly lucrative, especially if you don't usually run dungeons or take part in raid content. Delves can also pop up as Bountiful delves on your map, and these Bountiful delves will rotate daily. A Bountiful delve can offer you much better rewards, including higher item level gear, radiant echoes which are used to fuel other world events, bonus currencies and more. But all of this comes from a Bountiful chest at the end of the run, which is always going to be locked. To open that up, you're going to need to get yourself a restored coffer key. There are a couple of ways to get these, mostly related to weekly content. The easiest source would be the weekly caches. These are rewards from doing any of the weekly events, like the Theatre Troupe in Dornagal, Awakening the Machine in the Ringing Deeps, or Spreading the Light in Hallowfall. You can also get caches from completing special assignment world quests. The first 2 caches that you get per week reward you with better gear rewards, but the first 4 caches that you open will also contain a restored coffer key, so you can get 4 keys per week by taking part in other outdoor world content. You can also earn and combine coffer key shards. 100 shards can be combined into 1 key, and you can obtain the shards from looting treasures, from Radiant Echoes events, world quests, and from outdoor events. Several renowned tracks also reward you with these keys at specific renown levels, so you can get some extra keys by farming reputation and renown. You will also be able to straight up buy keys eventually from the delve vendors after working through the seasonal progression system. So the keys are kind of limited, which also means the best rewards from delves are also limited, but as the weeks go by you'll be earning a bunch of keys to open these bountiful chests. That's not the only way you could increase the rewards on offer. There are 11 tiers of difficulty for delves, and if you complete higher tiers, you're going to get much better rewards. The rewards cap out at tier 8, so that's where the very best rewards are going to come from, and any tier above that is mostly just for the extra challenge. So tiers 9, 10 and 11 don't really offer any better rewards, besides the prestige of saying you conquered the harder tiers. We'll start with just the first 3 tiers available at launch, the rest are going to unlock when Season 1 starts on September 10th. Going into Tier 4, a few things are going to change. To start with, you'll start seeing Zekvirs Influence in your delve. A couple of packs of monsters will be empowered, providing more of a challenge. You can ignore them if you want, but they do reward you with some extra currency if you can dispatch them. The higher the tier you go, the more powerful this influence will become, so more creatures and monsters will be empowered. The other big change is that you will start seeing this revive counter. You start with 5, and every time you release your spirit, you lose 1 revive. revive. How many revives you have when you complete the delve will influence the rewards you receive, so you always want to try to die as little as possible. To unlock a higher tier, you need to complete a delve on your current tier and have revives remaining at the end. So if you run out of revives, you won't be able to unlock the next difficulty up until you start another delve run. You still get rewards at the end though, even if you die a bunch, so it's always worth finishing your delve even if you run out of revives. When you unlock a higher tier, that tier is unlocked for every delve, so you don't have to do each one on each tier, which is definitely nice. That's going to save a good chunk of time, but the tier unlocks are also account-wide, so you don't have to regrind them on your alts either. You can hop straight into the tier that you think you can handle on that new character. If you can get up to tier 8 and clear a Bountiful delve with revives remaining, the gear at the end of your delve run will be item level 603. That's pretty good considering this can all be soloed, but it goes one step even further because delves now also count towards your weekly Great Vault progression. In the War Within, we have a new row down at the bottom, open world content. This includes things like the weekly events we mentioned earlier, but it also includes delves. So the higher the tier of delve you complete in any given week, the better your rewards in the Great Vault will be. If you complete a tier 8 Bountiful delve, your Great Vault reward will be item level 616, which is huge. That's 3 of 6 hero gear just for completing a tier 8 Bountiful delve, and because you can do this completely solo, these are some of the best rewards we've ever seen for solo content players. So delves are going to be a great source of gear for every kind of player early on, but especially for anyone who doesn't like to run dungeons or raids or any kind of group content. But it's not just gear, there are so many collectibles, achievements and other rewards tied to the delve feature too. You'll be able to spend both main currencies that you're earning, the undercoins and the resonant crystals, at a couple of delve specific vendors. They sell various toys, pets, consumables, and you can even buy resonant crystals with your undercoins. There's also item level 580 warbound gear in here, so you can spend undercoins on 580 gear for all of your alts, and there's even an entire set available so you don't have to buy each piece individually if you just want a full set of gear for your alts. So delves could be one of the best ways to quickly gear up your fresh alts as well. The other vendor sells a whole bunch of transmog, so if you want to gather up some explorer-themed appearances, you can get some cool looking stuff by forking over your resonant crystals. There are also a whole bunch of customization options for a new mount, the Delver's Dirigible. You can actually get this mount quite early on in the season, but the real fun comes in with the various bits and bobs that you can customize on it. Many of these come from the vendors, but you can also get them from seasonal progress as well. When the season starts up on September 10th, you'll be able to progress through this seasonal reward track, which gives you a whole bunch of parts for your mount, but they can also unlock some other goodies, including the ability to buy relic coffer keys and cut their price down. So that's going to be very useful to help you gear up alts especially. There's also a special, somewhat hidden 13th delve called Zekvirs Lair. This one wasn't tested at all on the beta, so no one has seen what this delve looks like. What we do know is that there should be a Mage Tower style challenge to take down Zekvirs, so it should be quite difficult, and it's something to really push yourself for and work towards. If you can manage to take down Zekvirs solo, all by yourself, you'll earn the achievement Let Me Solo Him, which rewards you with a Void skin for your Dirigible mount, so that's super cool. You can also earn a cloak for just defeating Zekvirs at some point before the season ends, so I guess you can do this one with party members to grab a cool looking cloak. Delves will also have their very own Glory meta achievement, the Glory of the Delver, which rewards you with the Ivory Goliathus mount, a huge hulking beetle. So if you want to show off your delving prowess, this could be a fun achievement to work towards. So as you can see, delves are a true new endgame pillar with a whole mountain of rewards, and they're also going to be a great gearing up option if you don't want to jump into dungeons or raids. But that's everything you should need to know about the delve system, so that's it for this ultimate guide. Are there any questions you still have about delves or anything you're still unsure about? Are you going to use delves as your primary gearing up method? Leave all your thoughts in the comment section below. A big thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon and to all of our members here on YouTube. You can see the names floating by on screen. If you're interested in supporting the channel, you can find links in the description or click the join button just below the video. If you enjoyed the video or found it useful in any way, make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you're always kept up to date. Thanks for watching folks, good luck and have fun, and as always, always, I will see you next time. And remember to check the links in the description or scan the QR code to download Raid and grab those special bonuses for new players.